So we have KJ Henry right here who is trending. All right. Now, it's an Associated Press article. So this guy right here, he had a pick-6, so an interception returned for a touchdown, which helped the Browns get to victory in a preseason win over the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is with Shedeur Sanders, who was sidelined. And it's the preseason, so these top players are like not going to play anyways. They said Shedeur Sanders was sidelined with an injury, but I mean, I think it's just part of the script. They said oblique, right? And this victory over the Super Bowl champ Philadelphia Eagles, I mean, their stars weren't really playing either. So this guy's trending, all right? I'm going to go over some of his Wikipedia. So Keith Jeremiah, but he goes by KJ. Keith Jeremiah Henry. Obviously, he's a defensive end for the Cleveland Browns. He played college football for the Clemson Tigers and was selected by the Washington Commanders in the 5th round of the 2023 NFL draft. So this was the decisive touchdown, I guess. Came on defense from KJ Henry with this pick-6. He returned the interception 45 yards for a score in the third quarter, and the Browns pick up the victory. They win 22-13 was the score at the end of the game. And this was on Saturday, okay? And a lot of these stars on both sides were missing, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Myles Garrett, Jerry Jeudy rested for the Browns, and obviously Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, they didn't play for the Eagles. All right, so I have Canva here, which is nice for storing presentations if you didn't know. And then I have my Google Slides, which it's easier for me to play any video clips on. So we're gonna look at this pick-6. Okay, right here.
After playing,
Obviously, I'm not really supposed to play this footage. Let me turn down the volume, and I have to tweak it a little bit, slowing it down, and then I have to pause and kind of talk. But you see, it's a 1st and 10 right here. A little kind of deflection of the snap, a little kind of bobble up into the air, and then this quarterback. I think this quarterback, his name is something Thompson, number 14. And look, he's going to get hit right here by this guy on the Browns. And you see is that fake? That probably is, right? Let's see. And he just kind of loses control. Look at that. I mean, that's not, I can't say what I would do if this game were real. I can't say what I would do in that situation in a real game, but I don't think that I think they prepare for this stuff, right? And that is not a good idea right there, preseason or not. He just kind of loses control as he gets hit, as he's trying to, whatever he is trying to do. Where was he trying to throw that ball to? Let's see. I mean, that was ridiculous. Maybe he was trying to go to this guy over here on the left in the middle. And you see KJ, right? So, I'm coming with the breakdown. I'm coming with the breakdown. I don't think that these players trend for no reason. I think this is all a script and it's all by the language and the numbers. Look at this right here, okay? It's a 45-yard return, pick six. Look at the language. Pick six equals 45. You got to, on your device, whatever you're using, you just copy and paste. I just copy and paste. Okay, KJ Henry got a pick six. Copy and paste pick six, and it converts to 45 in the ordinal cipher, and it's always going to equal 45, and it's a 45-yard return. They could have just put like interception or something, right? Pick six, 45, returned an interception, 45 yards for a score for the Cleveland Browns. Look in the reduction cipher, pick six equals 27. KJ Henry gets the pick six for the Browns. He's born on the 27th day of the year. They tell us right in the title, Shedeur Sanders sidelined. Okay? They say oblique injury or whatever. I mean, I'm sure he'll be back. Notice how Shedeur for the Browns, the quarterback, right? Look at how Shedeur equals 35. I don't know who who was it who replaced him? I don't know. Was it Tyrod Taylor? Is that the guy? I don't know if I'm getting my quarterbacks mixed up. We may look at that here in a bit. I'm not sure, right? But look at this. I don't even know if Tyrod Taylor. I'm trying to remember from the last Shedeur Sanders breakdown. I can't remember if he's the backup. But, look at this. Shedeur has 35 in reduction, injured. Look at the total score of the game, 22-13, 35 points. See that? 22 plus 13 is 35, and Shedeur equals 35. Even 3 plus 5 is 8. We are in the 8th month. We're not done with the 35s. KJ Henry equals 35. Browns equals 35. What are the odds? And you can see those other connections there. I mean, it's only 4 base ciphers, okay? It's only 4 base ciphers I use because, you could land with other ciphers, but I try to keep it as simple as I can. And I mean, I guess that's just how I was taught, or, how I was trained as a decoder, and it kind of makes sense to me. Okay, as you see those other base ciphers, so you see all of the base ciphers there. You see that, and look at how they hit. Browns even has 91, like KJ Henry. Remember, he was drafted by the Commanders. Okay, and he hasn't been around since that long. I think a couple of years. But if you just look up KJ Henry, you're probably going to get mostly college picks with Clemson, I think it was, or you may get Commanders, right? But you can see he's on the Browns right now, and look at, I guess he landed where he was supposed to land. Browns 91 and 35, like KJ Henry. And again, Shedeur 35. That's the total score of the game. Both players mentioned in the title of this Associated Press article. Look at the 28 even, Keith. Remember, it's Keith. I forgot what the J was again, but goes by KJ Henry. Keith's got 28 like Browns even. And look, Keith has 82 in reverse, which is 28 reflected. You see that? Even KJ Henry connects with Deion Sanders, the father of Shedeur Sanders, who's the quarterback of the Browns. injured, not playing. Check that out. And Deion Sanders' birthday just hit. What, just about a week ago? Look at that right there. So yeah, 8 days ago, as I speak right now, something like that. Check that out. Because Deion Sanders' birthday, the 9th day of the 8th month, KJ Henry equals 98 in reverse. And they're synced up now. I mean, Shedeur, the son of Deion. Check that out. Okay, so let's say everything was a coincidence up until this point. Okay, I'm just stating these facts. I mean, this is a pretty cool hobby. If you think it's all a coincidence, okay. But KJ Henry was drafted by the Commanders with the 137th overall pick. You see that right there? And this game was on the day leaving 137 days in the year. And he steals the show with this pick-6. Look how 137 is the 33rd prime number. The game has 33 date numerology. KJ equals 33 and 3. Pick-6 equals 30, which is like 3. And I tried to keep it really simple here, but now that I think of it, Cleveland has that 33 as well. Look at this right here on the fly. Look at that. Cleveland has 33. Okay, look, I'm glad I caught that. Cleveland has 33, and you see the 4 base ciphers, okay? Pretty simple. Okay, that's not a coincidence. And those 33s land heavy. Remember, even in basketball, LeBron James, drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, sees the third letter of the alphabet, okay? Sees the third letter of the alphabet. Look at LeBron equals 33 and 30 right there. You see that? LeBron has the 33 and the 30. James equals 33. Is it the area code? Cleveland 303? Cleveland 303? Is it like a dialing code or something? Oh, okay. Is it a dialing code or something like that? I always get confused. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Or is it 330? Maybe I'm wrong. The area code 330. You see that? Like 33. You see that right there? C, the third letter of the alphabet. You even get Canton right there with the C. But look at that. Northeastern Ohio, including cities like Akron. Remember, LeBron was born there. But you see that connection there with Ohio, and you get that 33. And there may be, is it Cleveland Cavaliers? Just to go, you still get that. Is it Cavaliers? Oh, okay. So maybe it's just Cleveland. Wow, there's a lot going on there, even with LeBron James. This stuff is so scripted. But yeah, we can just stick to Cleveland with that 33 right there, okay? So you get some bonus 33s there, and there may be more, but isn't that wild? And again, Cleveland, C, the third letter of the alphabet. Okay, so that was nice and easy, wasn't it? We're going to look at the pick again, and I have a couple of side connections that are worth bringing up as well. Okay. He had the 52 on the jersey. I don't think that I really caught anything realistic, but so do we need to talk about those numbers? I mean, Notice how it was the third quarter. It was the third quarter. Come on. I don't think there's. It is that. The world is that scripted by numbers. Do you understand? The world is that scripted by numbers where it's so tedious that this happens. Everything is absolutely controlled, and when you put it all together, you get a perfect script. That's really my opinion. Okay? There's going to be other stuff here. I mean, wow, it was in the third quarter. There's going to be stuff that's missed here. Obviously, because look at the threes land heavy, man. The threes land very very heavy. They even had 12 at the time of the pick-6 before the score, before the touchdown. I mean, that 12's even been hitting heavy, like with the Taylor Swift 12th album, and I referred to 12 a couple other times. Oh, I highlighted this as well. I sure hope that I'm recording. Mike's good here. Look at this. Look at even his full name, Keith Jeremiah Henry. Look at that 192. Just like Clemson Tigers. He played college for the Clemson Tigers. Look at that, 192. And they kind of have orange on their jersey like the Browns also. Look at Keith Henry right here, 60 in reduction. That's like 6. And it's a pick-6. All right. I don't know if I noted it. Look at pick-6 has 30. That's like 3. I can't remember if we put that in there. There's a big connections here, man. Even Jeremiah's got 48 like James right there. There may have been another 48 also like with Cleveland or something like that. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in here, okay? I'm just trying to like briefly scan. Even Jeremiah's got 42 like LeBron James with this Cleveland connection here. Clemson Tigers has 60 like Keith Henry, even with this pick-6, 60 like 6. Super solid, and really, really solid, man. Really solid here. As I'm just kind of scanning just for some other anything else that may land. And I think we're pretty good here. Did I mention Keith has that 53, which is 35 reversed? Keith has the 53 even. Brown's 35, KJ Henry 35, 35 total points scored. Shedeur equals 35, Keith equals 53. So absolutely undeniable one more time. Oh, you know what? Cleveland had 3 wins last season. Gosh, man, that is something I just noted. Look at this. That's something I just caught before going and hitting record. Look, Cleveland had 3 wins. That's big, isn't it? Cleveland had 3 wins last season. That's absolutely hideous. 2024-25 season. 3 wins. Absolutely hideous right there. Oh, some other side connections. When I think of KJ, I'm out here in Arizona. I think of former basketball player KJ, who's Kevin Johnson, played for the Phoenix Suns. Look, he's age 59, and that 59 scam back on a few of my videos. The 59's hitting heavy right now. So that's interesting how somebody nicknamed KJ is trending in the NFL right now. And, the first thing that pops up in my mind is Kevin Johnson, KJ, and he's 59 right now. And there may be other connections there if you go deeper. You know what I'm saying? But even, what about Myles Garrett? Wasn't he just arrested like a speeding ticket? Look, he's got the 95 on his jersey for the Browns. Okay? 95, which is 59 reversed. And he's born in 95 as well, right there. Excuse my phone. I got to have my phone on because I can't dedicate everything to YouTube, like, especially getting shadow banned and great information not going where it needs to go. Like, I'm beyond. There's everybody thinks they're a star and a celebrity on YouTube because YouTube makes them feel that way. If you just post normie content, if you just walk down the road and record the trees, you're going to get like hundreds, maybe 1,000 views, which to me is big. But if you post something regarding the truth and you're not like a chosen character who's picked to release the truth slowly to condition and program people into a fake world, then you get shadow banned. So like I'm going to have my phone on, like I'm not an entertainer, you know what I'm saying? They want you to entertain and come up here and BS, maybe say things to make yourself look bad as you're exposing the truth. I'm a real freaking person. Don't forget Myles Garrett. Yeah, he got pulled over. I think it was like a speeding ticket or something recently. So maybe this other guy shines because of that. Don't forget he's born on the 29th. He's age 29. His birthday's one day before LeBron James. Don't forget he looks identical to Kobe Bryant. I've never seen two celebrities look so similar, I think. Kobe and Myles Garrett. It's ridiculous. And then that Cleveland connection with LeBron James as well. I mean, it's like laughable how he looks identical to Kobe Bryant. But there might be some Myles Garrett energy going here as well. Maybe KJ Henry has a little bit of success here, as they said like Myles Garrett didn't play or whatever. And again, I didn't notice the I didn't notice a 52 to match his jersey. Keith does equal that 53, and I think it was number 53 who hit the quarterback and it caused that interception and that pick-6, you know. So, right? So is that are we good or what? Oh no. Oh yeah, look. I didn't mention, did I? Look, his birthday is one day after the Kobe Bryant death. Or you could just say death anniversary or whatever. Kobe died 126. So there's another Myles Garrett, LeBron James connection. LeBron James heavily connected to Kobe Bryant. Passed him on the all-time scoring list one day before Kobe died. Against the 76ers, Kobe born in Philadelphia. Look at that. Man, did I really not bring that up? He's got that January 27 birthday, one day after Kobe died. And Bryant equals 26, dead on the 26th. And KJ Henry is age 26 right now. Don't forget, in 2006, Kobe scored his 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. Man, I'm just packed full of knowledge. Please. How can we get paid for doing this? It's something that they don't want out there, right? It's something they don't want out there. Man, if only there was a real person affiliated with this code and decoding who could make something happen. That's how you know that the characters at the top are not real. They're probably agents, okay? If there can only be somebody with enough power to pull us decoders together and get us paid. Nope. Scammers, deceivers, fake world. So this guy's got the KJ Henry he's got Henry as the last name. I'm just gonna, before I get out of here, I'm just gonna pull up Derrick Henry just to see if, okay. I was just gonna say, let's pull up Derrick Henry just to see if something bam pops right away, but maybe not. King Henry, maybe like King LeBron. That is interesting, man, because this guy's got the same birthday as the golfer I just decoded. What was his name? Sebastian Munoz? This guy's trending with the same birthday as Derrick Henry. Look at that on the fly. Juan Sebastian Munoz. This guy's trending, and I just dropped the decode like yesterday. And he's got the same birthday as Derrick Henry. Look at how all of this comes together. And he's even on the Ravens right now, and Deion Sanders was a member of the Ravens. Okay? So with that being said, it is time to get out of here, okay? KJ Henry pick-6 leads the Browns to win over the Eagles in preseason game with Shedeur Sanders sideline. They say something with the oblique. You know, other decoders may say some kind of ritual. Yeah, right. Uh, who knows? Until next time, peace.